Hey everybody, this is Coach Parker with CoachParker.org. How are you guys doing today? I've got another youth football drill. This is a drill I did a couple years ago, a video on tackle football baseball, and this is an update to that. I've got a lot of people this year asking a lot of questions about the video. This is one of my first drill videos that I did, and I guess I left some stuff out or it's not as clear. So since I've had so many requests, like 3 or 4, about this particular video in the last 2 or 3 days, I thought I'd do an update video and try to go through it. You should definitely watch the original video. I'll try to link it up here if I can, and then also in the comment section so you can watch the original video. And it's over at CoachParker.org under the drill section, the first page. So you could grab it there too and kind of look at that. But some stuff in red over here I've added, and then I'll actually go through a whole game here as we go through this. So, hey, before we get too far into this, just want to get a little business out of the way. Hey, if you can subscribe to my channel, that would be awesome. There's a subscribe button down there. It's in red. You hit that, there's a little bell that'll come out that means notify. If you can hit that too, that'll just send you an email and let you know I've uploaded a video. Those two things really help me within YouTube. They don't cost you anything. So if you like what I've been doing on videos and CoachParker.org, you can support me. It doesn't cost you anything really. Maybe just getting an email now and then. And shoot, I delete most of my emails anyway. But yeah, that really helps me a ton in YouTube, and so that would be a big help. So thanks for that support if you can do that. So let's jump right into the video. So tackle football baseball, basically it's a baseball game for tacklers and running backs to run bases. And there's 2 teams. The fielding team is the defense, which are tacklers. The offensive team are running backs, base runners, batters, runners. There's not really a bat. They just get the ball and go and run on a snap count, and they go one base. So they can't run all the bases. So each time somebody's at bat, there's only one base that advances. So if there's a guy on first base, so there's a batter on home plate. When I call the snap count or blow the whistle, the home plate runner will advance to first. The first base runner, if there is one, will advance to second. That's as far as they go. There's no steals. There's no nothing. If they get tackled before they get to the bases and touch, then they're out. But if they touch a base or get into the safe zone, then they're safe. So that's kind of one of the areas there on that. So I'll go through this really quick. There's 2 teams, probably 8 to 10 guys, depending on how big your team is. I'll usually pick captains, have them pick the teams, go through that really quick, and then whoever picked first is the defensive team, and coaches or umpires, and they go on the bases kind of thing. Like I said, there's only one, runners only advance one base per batter. So you can't just run a home run. There's no home runs. Okay. There's no doubles. It's single base at a time. We usually do games 3 to 5 innings. That means the batter comes. If you haven't played baseball, and maybe if you have to read the baseball rules for this, but there's a top of the inning and there's a bottom of the inning. So the top of the inning, the first batting team is batted. The second inning, the fielding team comes in. They're now the batters. When that's over, that's first inning. So we usually play 3 to 5 innings. We may play 2 to 3 games. Depends on how fast they go. Like I said before, there's 3 outs per inning. A fumble is an out, and 1 point for the defensive team. If you get the running back runner gets tackled before they touch the base, that's an out. Flagrant penalties by the blocker is an out. Flagrant penalties by the defense is they get 2 bases. It's kind of like a balk or something. So there you go. 3 outs per inning. And if on the 3rd out, if you get out at first, the run doesn't count coming in. So I play like that. Now look, there is no batting. The running back will just pick a ball up, go to the batting box. I'll either blow a whistle to start the play or call the snap count. and then everybody goes. So in the we'll get to that. Scoring is basically if you get, the only difference is if there's a fumble and the defense recovers, they get a point. But or don't even have to recover, but you can play the recovered thing, which is a little bit tougher than just a fumble. So the runner has to get back to home to score a point, okay? And the coaches score, and the team captains should keep their score. So each time a new batter comes up, a new blocker goes in, and 2 new tacklers go in. And you can have 0 tacklers and 0 blockers if you want in this game. You could have a one-on-one relationship. You can have a one-to-one on blockers and tacklers. And then you can have a 2 tackler, 2 blockers combination. It really is what you want to do with the blockers. The blockers help the running back not get cratered so much. So, especially with bigger, older teams. So I've put blockers in there to kind of help them do that. Now, yes, I know the blocker, it's hard for him to block when the runner is running from first to second and second to third base. So the blockers are really there to help the runner get to first and to home and try to mess with the linebackers any other, or the tacklers any other time. So each time a batter comes up, everybody's rotated, except for the runner who's on the base stays there and continues to run his one base. So, but everybody else would rotate. And so we go to 3 to 5 innings, 5 innings, 3 innings. Whoever leads the score then wins the game. And then the losing team will usually make them do something like up and downs or run to the fence or something like that. The winners can go get water and do that. But let's go right into it, because I've had a couple of people ask me, really, how does the game actually work? So I'm kind of go through this a little bit. So what I do is I usually have 2 lines, and I've had to kind of squish the lines up because the paper's not big enough. But I think I got 8 guys over here, 8 guys over here. You try to have even teams. I usually have 5 to 6 balls over here because you've got loaded bases or whatever. You need balls. It's just, you can never have enough footballs, and it speeds up if you have a lot of balls over here. So they're sitting here. So what'll happen is, so you got a defensive dugout. Here's the line over here at first base. Offensive dugout basically at third base and home. So you got those. You got your home plate. You've got kind of a rectangle here that's offset. I don't play in a diamond anymore. If you watch the original video, you'll see why I don't do that. But here's first base, second base, third base. Let's see. This little area right here. This is a safe zone, so we're trying to put those guys in there. So if they get into this area, and I think they're safe, they didn't touch the bag, but they get kind of between the bag and these cones here, I may give them a safe call. And we don't want the tacklers hitting them when they're beyond this first base, because that's kind of out of bounds, and this is like a safety area. So that's what we got going on here. We don't want a back running willy-nilly way out either. So we got that there. So you got first base, second base, third base, home. Here's the pitcher's mound where the 2 tacklers and the 1 blocker would stand. This is the batter's box and home plate, and that's where the running back, batter, runner will stand. Okay, so let's just show you how this first thing will start here. So this is the first inning, and this is the defensive team in purple, offensive team is in green. So what'll happen, I usually have a coach over here, the coach over here, and the coaches. This coach is probably running home, and got a coach at third base, coach at second base. I should have put little coaches markers in there, and I can get them. And let me bring them right back over. So I got a coach here helping that. I guess that's going to do that every time. Got a coach helping that. Got a coach over here. Got a coach over here. Okay, so there's coaches there. Okay, so what'll happen? The coaches say, okay, so it's like first inning, batter up. Okay, so what'll happen? Batter up and take the field. So this batter will come up here. He's going to grab a football. Boom. He got a football there. Okay, so he needs a blocker. So we're going to leave one with one blocker in this team. So the next guy will come up here. Oh, he's the blocker. Okay, the fielders. Okay, so they're the tacklers. They basically boom, boom. So there you go. So the fielders are on the play. The batter and his tackler are on the play. So you can kind of consider the blocker kind of like the bat. He's got to kind of hit the guys, and then the runner is going to run the bases here. So you got this runner and the ball, and hopefully I can keep this moving here. He's probably going to fumble the ball because it's not grouped, but let me group it here. It doesn't want to group. There we go. Okay, so he's going to... So I'll run the snap count. Ready, set, hut, go. That's our snap count, or I'll blow the whistle. So runner starts off. Okay, he's running hard. Okay, probably what's happening, these guys are going, I'm sorry, I'm making sound effects. So they're trying to make this tackle. This blocker's coming over, and he's going to try to block these guys, and this guy makes it to first. Let's take that out. So he's now on first. These guys didn't get him because the blocker did a pretty good job of getting that out of the way. So he's at first. That's it. Plays the bat's done. So this guy goes back over here, back into line. These guys come back over. And of course, for graphics purposes, I'm just putting them back where they were. But of course, they go to the end of the line kind of thing. So I got a guy at first. So we got two new tacklers that would come out. Boom. Let's move this out of the way now. Everybody knows that's the pitcher mound. Two new tacklers come out. Not the same ones. Or you can leave one in and bring just one in. So you could do that, and I think that's how we do it. So I may have left. So they may just be rotating here to here. So this guy may go out. Next play, this guy would come in, kind of thing. So it's up to you. So we've got two tacklers here, and I want them squared up. So they're squared up on the cones here in the pitcher's mound. We got blocker comes out, boom. And you'll find the blockers don't really want to go out there, so you have to threaten them that they're going to lose a point. And then I need a new running back at home plate with the ball. There it is. Let me make sure he doesn't fumble the ball. Okay, so he's there. So you can only advance one base every batter. So you got a new batter up, about ready. I see everybody's ready to go. I do the snap count, ready, set, hut, go. This guy takes off. Boom, this guy takes off. This guy's probably going to try to block here because it's hard to block this thing. If the defensive players are smart, because you always want to get the furthest runner out in baseball so they don't get to second base within scoring position, they should attack this back right here. Boom. This guy really is trying just to do something. This guy hits first base. He's safe. The defense got the runner from first to second base out. There's the first out. So, okay. So this runner goes back and gets in line. I'm just going to, he'll have the football. This blocker is going to go back and get in line. These guys are going to go back here. And let's say you're rotating this guy to here, so he comes here, and you get a new guy over here. And they've got one out, and they've still got a guy at first base. So they got a guy at first base, and it's one out. So the guy comes up, boom, He grabs a football, just like that. Group it. Yep, he's group. Okay, so next bat, they got one out. Just like that. They didn't have a blocker, so they almost went without a blocker, but the guy ran in. There he goes, because it's new blocker, new tackler every time. Okay, so let's say you kind of got a rookie that didn't really understand the game, or somebody hasn't paid attention. So what happens is blow the whistle, the snap count, ready, set, hut, go. These guys take off, boom, boom. They're taking off really tough. For whatever reason, this guy decides to attack here and gets blocked. Boom, this guy makes it to first base because that guy really wasn't paying attention. This guy is slow and didn't really pay attention to how fast this back was. This back gets to second base. Boom. So that's how you can get runners on bags. Happens all the time. So the tacklers really weren't paying attention to that and blah, blah, blah. So now we've got one out, two runners, first and second base. Rotate, let's see, this guy rotates out. This guy was on the near side. He goes here. I get me a new tackler. And this blocker goes to the end of the line. And I'm going to get a new running back. Here we go. And he's going to get a new ball. He's going to pick up a ball. Here it goes. I got to group these guys together so he doesn't fumble the ball. Oh, but let's say he does fumble the ball. So let's see how this works. So we've got one out, and there's a guy on first and second because you only advance one play. So we go through the snap. Oh, there's that blocker. This happens all the time. Got to get a blocker out there. Boom, there he is. New blocker. So go to get the snap count going. Ready, set, hut, go. This guy takes off. These two guys are really smart, and they get him right there. Because they do that, this guy goes here. This guy's going here. He's going here, but for whatever reason, he may be a new back or whatever. He's goofing around, and the ball fumbles, but he gets to first base. So they had one out. And a runner at first and second. But what happened here is they fumbled, which is an out, and a point for the defense, unless you have a point for the recovery. And the defense got the runner out that was trying to get to third base on his deal. So that's an out. So they got two outs, and the defense scored for getting, for let's say, you're just playing if the guy fumbles, it's a point for the defense. So the defense actually scored, and the offensive team, that the inning's over because that was three outs. So now you switch everybody. So let's ungroup these. Balls go back over here. All these guys run over here. Because it is the bottom of the first, right? Okay. Oh my goodness, this is taking a long time. So got this here, got this here. All these guys come over. Come on, run over faster, just like in practice. Boom. Okay, so this is the bottom of the first. Defense actually scored 1 point, which is unique because guy fumbled the ball, and it happens all the time. So this is the bottom of the first. They're switching sides. This guy's got to throw the ball back over there. Boom. Okay, so we're over here. So fielding team, take your deal. So the guy comes out. Boom, boom. Here we go. Got to need a running back with a ball. There he is. Need a blocker. Comes up. Okay, so this is top of the first inning. And I'm going to go through the snap count. Let's make sure he secures the ball. Make sure we secure the ball again. And I'm having trouble securing the ball. group it. Okay, I'm not going to go through this too much more, but here's how this goes. So he's going to try to get to first base. He's running. Say this blocker whips these guys. Yep, he falls. Boom, and boom. Out. There's an out. So that's one out. So this guy goes back to the end of the line. This guy goes back to the end of the line. Back over here, these two guys. Well, this guy was on the outside, so the inside guy goes outside, get a new guy from somewhere in the line. This guy comes up, and let's just say for purposes, I don't have to keep that. Let's do that. So he's over here, get him a ball. And I'm having trouble doing that for some reason. All right, so we're just going to do it this way. Oh, got to get a blocker out there. Okay, so these two guys, this guy starts running. Boom, boom, boom. These guys weren't paying attention, and he gets to first base. You guys go out. We're going to show you how they score. Another guy's got to get a ball, so a new guy, but we're going to pretend this guy's got the ball because it's just easier that way. Got a new blocker. Two new tacklers. Okay. Guys running to second. These guys weren't. This guy is like a major good fullback, let's say. So he blows through these two guys. These guys came over here. Of course, it's on the whistle. Snap count. This guy goes. This guy went over here to block, but they didn't do anything. Those guys go out. I get two new guys come in. I got two guys there. This guy goes out. I got a new ball carrier in. Boom, boom, boom. Got a new blocker. This fullback is just killing these guys. They trying to make an out now because so ready, set, hut, go. These guys come over because that back is just so big. They just let him go to third base. But yep, he's got to take his ball. So there's his ball. Let's make sure we secure his ball here. For whatever reason, I can't get that ball secured. Okay, so he's made it there. So now this guy's out. So he comes back over here, gets out of line, got a new guy. This guy actually made it to first because they got that. Those guys come out. New guys come in. Gotta get a new blocker. Okay, so new blocker comes in. Let's say this is a new ball carrier. He comes up. Okay, so they know that these guys are just really small. Hopefully I put new guys in there. They don't know what's going on really. They forgot about this guy over here. This guy goes to second. They tackle him. That's two outs, I think. This guy hits first. This guy runs home and scores. Boom. So I think it's 2-1 offense, bottom of the first, because they got a point on defense earlier. Boom, boom, boom. And then let's say the next play comes up. There's a couple of outs or something. So that's the end of the first inning. So that's sort of how all that works there. Hopefully that makes sense there. Got it set up again so you can see how it would be set up at first. So that's how the whole thing starts. Hopefully that makes more sense. Kind of ran through that there. It was long, but hopefully everybody understands how the actual playing part happens and how the game starts. So once again, a couple of things I left out. And the last thing, the batter doesn't really bat anything. The play starts on the whistle of the snap count. There's only one base advance per batter and the runners. There's no taking multiple bases per batter. It's just one base at a time. The outs are by tackles or by fumbles kind of thing. The tacklers and the blockers rotate each batter. So you got to have a new guy come in and really pay attention to the blockers. Those guys really don't want to block. So that's how that works. So hopefully that explains kind of more in detail of what's going on, and I just didn't totally bore you guys out. So hopefully this update video works. Remember, this is Coach Parker with CoachParker.org. Thanks for joining me today. Hopefully you liked the video, got a little bit more information on the tackle baseball. Please share, make comments. Please subscribe to the channel. You can also head over to Coach Parker and buy my playbooks there, the Power Wing Beast offense and the 6-2 multi-A defense. Thanks again. Remember to play for fun, and winning is funner. Thanks.